Hey guys, how you doing? Raymond here from the Raymond Report with your free NHL hockey previews and predictions for Tuesday, January 10th. Hope you have yourself a good start to your Ruby Tuesday. As always, don't forget, subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right hand corner or hit the subscribe button below this video if you are using a mobile device. Today's podcast is brought to you by your good friends right here at atsstats.com. Alright, let's take a look at the SBI, the Sports Betting Index for Tuesday, January 10th. This is like my Dow Jones Industrial. I take a look at all the situational handicapping spots when it comes to the straight up over-unders and the ATS factors. Last 7 days, last 3 days, year to date. In fact, year to date, the favorites have won 60% of the NHL games. But if you look at the last 7 days, 55.4%, so they 4.6% different from the annual average. And you can see here with the puck line, 51.3 for the favorites, 48.9 for the underdogs, and the under has prevailed. In fact, it's been prevailing all season. 53.1 of the games in the NHL this year have gone under, 58.9 last 7 days. So we're in a bearish market right now for the overs. So anytime we're in a bearish market like this, I always recommend to our clients, you know what, you can't predict what goes up and comes down, but the only thing you really can take control of is how much money you're betting on in a bear market, right? So let's say if we're in a neutral market like we are in the 7-day average when it comes to NHL, then you fire away because it's between you and the bookmaker and the market psychology of the markets. Well, it's pretty much a balance, but anytime you get a bearish or bullish market, I strongly recommend you take care of your units. All right, let's take a look at the NHL. We got 10 games in the Bettman circuit here this evening in Tampa Bay at the Amalie Arena. You got the Tampa Bay Lightning, a huge favorite. Minus 417 is the line, 6.5 is the total, and we're going to lean with Tampa in this one. 3.5 to 2.9, the over-under at 6.57. Tampa Bay coming in on a 2-game losing streak, losing 4-2 to the Jets in their last game, 6-4 straight up in their last 10. 3-7 to the under. I had Tampa Bay listed at minus 239. Way overvalued tonight against the Blue Jackets, who are coming off a tough 1-0 loss. That's like a soccer score against the Capitals. And looking at Columbus in their last 10, yeah, they're struggling. 2-8 in their last 10, 4-6 to the under. Should be an interesting matchup here tonight. I never liked these big lines. I always feel like it's just you put beer and pizza money on the underdog, just the who knows factor, right? And who knows who's going to win here between the Carolina Hurricanes and the New Jersey Devils. Now the Canes, a 149 favorite here this evening. I have them listed at minus 273 on my value index, so you're getting good value if you do like Carolina, and you're getting New Jersey coming off a 4-3 win against the New York Rangers 2 nights ago. Last 2 games for the Devils have gone over the total, and look at that. You don't see this very often in the Raymond Report. 3.01, 3.01, so that's a draw. 6.02, so if you're looking for an edge, maybe the over is where you want to go here tonight. Carolina on a 3-game losing streak, but the last 4 games for the Canes have gone over the total. That's why your Kogo is at a very low 37%. Kogo stands for chance of game going over the total, and should be an interesting one here. New Jersey started red hot this year, no pun intended, but in the last 6 weeks or so, you can say they look pretty average. Seattle Kraken with a 4-0 shutout last night at the Bell Center in Montreal. Right back at it tonight in Buffalo against the Sabres. Minus 115 is the line here for Buffalo. 6.5 is the total. And we're going to lean with the Buffalo Sabres here, who are 8-2 straight up in their last 10 games. 3.9 to 2.9, the over-under at 6.83. The Seattle Kraken, don't look now, they're on a 5-game win streak straight up and against the puck line. 7-3 in their last 10. 5-5 when it comes to the over-under. I did have Buffalo listed at minus 136 on my value index, so minus 115. You're getting really good value on both these teams here tonight. Add Seattle at minus 161, and your Kogo is a coin flip tonight at 50%. And again, Kogo stands for chance of game going over the total. And we got a good game here tonight in Detroit between the Winnipeg Jets coming off that 7-4 win the other night against the Vancouver Canucks. Well, the Detroit Red Wings, they lost 4-1 to the Maple Leafs, and they are now on a 3-game losing streak. They're playing on 2 days rest. The last 4 games for Detroit have gone under the total. They are 3-7 straight up in their last 10 games. And you know what? After pumping those tires a little bit, but pretty flat tires because they're 3-7 in their last 10. I'm going to go with the Winnipeg Jets in this one, 3.8 to 2.7, the over-under at 6.61. The Jets coming in hot on a 5-game straight-up and puck line win streak. Last two have gone over the total. They are 26-14 on the year, and you can't get in a better cycle than this. An A-type team that is bullish. Now, A in the Rim Report means the team that's 60 or higher win percentage, and bullish means the team is either 5-2, 6-1, or 7-0 in their last 7 games. And Winnipeg is riding a pretty good streak here. Again, on a 5-game win streak, and the last two have gone over the total. Good matchup tonight at Madison Square Garden between the New York Rangers and the Minnesota Wild. The Wild coming off a 3-0 loss to the St. Louis Blues in their last contest, while the Rangers lost to their team across the river. The New Jersey Devils 4-3 was the final. Tonight, they're coming in on a 2 days rest, and the strength of schedule for the Rangers last 7, 46.9, which is pretty average, but you can see the strength of schedule. They're battle-tested, the Minnesota Wild are tonight, 59.1%. That just means the last 7 games that they played, the teams that they face all have a combined win percentage of 59.1, and they've won 60%, so see how close that is when it comes to the analytics on tonight's game between the Wild and the Rangers. And we're going to lean with the Rangers, though, after talking about Minnesota coming in hot. 2.9 to 2.6, the over-under at 5.62, so we do like this game to go a hair over the total. The Rangers on the puck line, look at that, 9-1 against the puck line, while Minnesota 7-3, so both these teams having some pretty good numbers going into this one, and your Kogo is at 52%. Sid the Kid and the Penguins hosting the Vancouver Canucks tonight at the PPG Arena, or Paints Arena, and minus 185 is the line, 6.5 is the total. We're going to go with Pittsburgh in this one, 3.5 to 2.8, the over-under at 6.37. The Penguins' chance of winning this game straight up on the Rim Report, law of average theory, is at 65.8% compared to 42.6% for the Canucks. And looking at some of the other numbers, you can see here Pittsburgh 20-19 on the year, while the Vancouver Canucks are 5 games below 500 at 17-22, 4-6 in their last 10. Same thing for the Penguins. They're not doing too well right now. Be bearish in the cycle, 3-7 in their last 10, and I do have them listed at minus 175. So if you do like Pittsburgh tonight, I think you are getting fair market value. And if you like the Vancouver Canucks, I had them at plus 149. And again, I think you're getting good value on both these teams. And if you do play them, good luck. Dallas Stars taking on the New York Islanders. Now the Dallas Stars 6-4 in the last 10, taking on the Islanders. They're coming off a 4-1 loss to the Calgary Flames the other night. That was 3 nights ago, so they're going to be rested for this one. Tonight, the bookmakers have made Dallas a 115 favorite. The over-under at 5.5. ATS forecast system play, going to go with Dallas in this one. 3-2, the over-under at 5.85. So we do like this one to go over the total. Calgary taking on the St. Louis Blues. The Blues off a 3-0 win over the Minnesota Wild. And looking at their last 10 games, 5-5 straight up, while Calgary losing to the Chicago Blackhawks. 4-3 was the final. Calgary now 19-22 in the year. And we're going to lean with the Flames in this one. 3.4 to 2.7, the over-under at 6.22. So we do like this game to go under the total. And we're going to give the Calgary Flames a 64.5% chance of winning here on the Rain Report. You got the San Jose Sharks taking on Arizona in the desert tonight. You got the Sharks off a 4-2 loss to the Boston Bruins, while Arizona losing 4-1 to the Penguins. We're going to lean with San Jose in this one, 3.5 to 2.9, the over-under at 6.5. Arizona coming in on a 5-game losing streak, and the Sharks have lost their last 2, and your Kogo is sitting right there at 45%. And your final game of the evening will be in Colorado. You got the Avalanche, a minus 130 favorite, taking on the Florida Panthers, who are coming off a 5-1 loss to Dallas, so they'll be looking to rebound off that 4-goal loss to the Stars. And the last 2 games for Dallas, for the Florida Panthers, have gone under the total, while the last 3 for Colorado, who are coming off a big 3-2 win against Edmonton. I believe that game was Saturday night. They're on the last 3 have gone under the total. The last 2 has also gone under the total for Florida. And looking at the last 10 games, pretty much even for both these teams. 5-5 for Colorado, 4-6 for the Panthers. And your Kogo pretty high, though, at 70%. So that tells me if you got a 70% chance of going over the total, what does that mean? You got a 30% chance of going under tonight in the in Colorado. All right, so there you have it. That is your NHL previews and predictions tonight for January 10th. Let's take a look at the winning NHL stats and trends. And always remember, trends are your friends, but they don't pay the rent. The under is 11-2 for the Dallas Stars as an away team, coming off 3 unders the last 4 years. That's good for 84.6%. And if you want to get all the 25 winning trends, you can do that by going to the website, atsstats.com. And the number one sports betting option tonight, this is from Situational Handicapping, is the St. Louis Blues at plus 150 against the Calgary Flames. They've been neutral 19 days. Anytime you look at this cycle right here, neutral 19 days, that means they're 3-4, 4-3 in their last 7 games. And against those C-type teams, yeah, they tend to do better. 67% win percentage against those teams below 500. And looking at their home record on the year, not that great. In fact, they play better on the road. They're 7-10 at the in St. Louis, the old Kill Center. I remember it's called the Kill Center. All right, 37.8% chance of winning here for St. Louis, so I wish that was about 40% or higher, especially when you're getting dog money, right? And if you're looking for the Raymond Report light version, you can get it each and every day by visiting the website atsstats.com. You go in the pull-down menu, and I got a nice league system trend on the under. Actually, I think it's the over. Yeah, the over tonight between the Calgary Flames and the St. Louis Blues. Anytime you got an NHL team like the Calgary Flames are playing on the road the last 2 years after a conference game before a non-division game in their next one, and they're coming off a road loss as a favorite, and it was a 1-goal loss, and they allowed 4 or more goals against in that game, 13-3 to the over. So if you're looking for a league system trend, this one is pretty good here between Calgary and St. Louis. Maybe the over is where you want to lean here tonight at 6.5. Almost a touchdown here in the St. Louis game. All right, there you have it. That is your previews and prediction tonight for January 10th, Ruby January 10th. And I'll be back here on a Wacky Wednesday. Don't forget, folks, if you like these videos, please hit that like button. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel by hitting that notification bell in the top right-hand corner. Or hit the subscribe button below this video if you are using a mobile device. Today's podcast was brought to you by your good friends right here at atsstats.com. Good luck.